Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Prompt Me, Please. I am your host, Tatiana Thomas, and I want to thank you first for being here. I am super excited about today's guest. This girl right here is my girl. She is my sister. She is a mother and a teacher, and she's just an all-around the way kind of girl that's phenomenal. Whatever she touch, it's just gonna be that. Okay. So I want to introduce to you. So y'all, I call her baby. Her friends, her family, her loved ones, they call her baby. I'm gonna introduce her to you as Camille. Give it up for my sister, y'all. Hey, how you feeling?
I'm doing well. How
Good.
are you?
I'm so excited to have you here. I'm feeling really, really good. You know, today is a special date for us. And when originally I had asked you and Auntie to do this, and you know, did I choose this date or y'all chose this date?
You did.
I chose the date.
Yeah.
And then you was like, that's Mom's anniversary. Death anniversary. And I was like, yes. So I'm like, I feel her spirit already. And like, she's right here behind me, you guys. And we just love our mom. We miss her so much. It's been how many years?
It's been 18 years.
18 years. And we have been journeying through life, like, and we're mothers ourselves. And so just, I want to dedicate this episode to our mom. Okay, so I want to break the ice first.
Okay, go ahead.
Loosen you up a bit. So you know, I watch the Terrell show. Love his show Down Bad. It's a game show where he gives his guests one word, and they have to sing a song with a word in it, or the word can be in the title of the song.
Okay.
And you're going to have 12 seconds. You like that number?
Shout out to the number 12.
Period. I
do.
love that
Love
number.
Love it. It's,
You're
it's,
gonna,
oh, it's a phase.
yeah, it's there.
Period.
Period.
Yeah.
It's there. Don't. All right. So you're going to have 12 seconds to sing the song with a word in it, or it can be the title of the song. And your word is love.
Okay. Love.
Come on.
That's all I know.
No. What song is that?
Music Soul Child. I don't know no other
You
lyrics.
cheated.
That's all I know. You said the
know,
word.
You know that
Help
song,
me out.
though.
You know you be having to help me out. I don't be doing nothing.
Love, so many things I got to tell you. Take it away.
But I'm afraid I don't know how.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You did good. You did good.
Thank you. I tried.
But I tried. Okay, so now it's your turn to give me a song. Take
All
it
right.
easy on me.
Take it easy.
Don't do too much.
Okay. Let's see. The word for you will be black.
Black. Black brother.
Okay.
Strong brother. I'll never try to hurt ya. I want ya to know that I'm here for you for whatever you. Yeah.
Okay.
Angie Stone.
Yes.
Period.
Rest in peace.
That was good. Is there another song with the word black in it?
With the word brother.
Black.
Black. I mean,
Oh, it's a lot of songs.
yeah, it is.
Dang. But that was the
Looking at-
first one that
yeah.
came to mind. So yeah,
Same.
I got it.
You
Great.
did that.
Thanks. So the first question that I want to ask you is, what surprised you the most about becoming a mother? So this episode is about a mother's love in honor of Mother's Day. And you're a mom, and you've been a mom for how long?
18 years.
18. Don't she look good, y'all?
Yes.
Don't she look good?
I
Look
get
at
it all
that.
the time.
Okay. I get that all the time. And your baby girl is about to go to college. But take me back to when you first found out 18 years ago that you were becoming a parent, and like, what surprised you about that?
I mean, I have a lot of surprises. Like, the first one I could talk about is, how was I the first one to get pregnant? Like, that just shocked me. Like,
Oh, dun,
how?
dun, dun, dun.
That wasn't supposed to be you, but out of all my friends, I was like the first one to be pregnant my freshman year in college.
Okay.
Another surprise was, I mean, just my age too. So like this my freshman year in college. Wow. Like,
Right.
Really.
Right.
And then I was 18 years old. Yeah. So all of that was like surprising. And I was like a tomboy.
Yeah.
So
Yep, I remember
like,
that.
what are you doing?
What is you
Chill,
doing,
slow down.
baby?
Like you doing too much at this young age, getting
Yeah.
popped off. Is what we,
That's what we used to say.
what
You
we
got
used to
popped
say.
off.
Okay, got popped off by my, what do you call them?
Child's father.
I mean that, but puppy love around that time.
Yeah, because y'all were like young.
Yeah, we were so young,
yeah.
and we were kind of like calling ourselves together since we was 10 and 11
Yeah,
years old. So, like,
yeah, so true. How has motherhood changed you as a person overall?
I kind of balance out, like still being me on top of being a mother, but like it definitely changed me because of the timing of me starting my motherhood.
Yeah.
At that time I was in college, like I'm supposed to be studying and I'm supposed to be partying, I'm supposed to be kicking it with the girls whenever, but it changed drastically because I was used to or wanting to go home on like a spring break or Thanksgiving break and Christmas break and we going out after we kick it with the family. No, I had to be a mom.
Ooh.
I had to be a mom. So I missed out on a lot, but I mean, give or take, it's all good because now my friends are being moms.
So
and
true.
They in the motherhood.
So
I'm
true.
like,
You outside.
I'm almost.
You like, oh, I'm
like,
actually, I could go.
Yeah.
My kid is good as long
my
as
kid is good. You know, she could babysit y'all kids.
Okay,
now,
period.
Like,
yeah, because she definitely babysit mine.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. How has your relationship with our mom or auntie influenced your parenting style?
Okay, well, I could talk about my relationship with my mom first. So she passed away. I was 19. But for like everything that she taught me, like I had times where I went to her and just had some concerns or whatnot, and she kind of just let me know her backstory, and like she was being very transparent. Yeah, like stuff I probably didn't want to hear or whatever. So
she was a little too real.
Yeah, she was definitely real. Jen didn't play. So I definitely take that into consideration as a parent myself or whatever. I give Nikea the real.
Yeah.
I be transparent with Nikea. I let her know my lows. I let her know my highs.
That's right.
Or whatever. Although it can be embarrassing, to give that information to your child, but I still do.
Right.
And then as far as Auntie, she just, been there all my life and so many lessons. She was a great role model to us all. And like you all just comically spoke on how I'm a little Lin or whatnot.
I love how your eyebrows raised when you said
because like I don't know what y'all talking about.
You don't see it?
Sometimes. Yeah. But y'all overdo it.
Oh.
Like even my nephews or whatever. Maybe not TT. She probably don't know
no,
yet.
Not yet, for sure.
But definitely.
Your daughter
Sam.
And your nephews?
Yeah. Samuel Jr.
Yeah.
Especially him. But yeah. So just pretty much just what they instilled in me, I replicated that in my parenthood.
Yeah. When you recall your childhood and how you were raised, is there something that you said when, if I were to have my own child, or now that I don't have my own child, this is what I don't want to do? What would that be?
Well, if I were to have a child in my later age or whatnot, I would have did some different things. But I was 19, 20.
That's
I
right.
really wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
But kind of like Nikea grew up with me, and I hear that a lot with Stefan and his mom or whatever. She say that all the time. Like, I was learning and growing or whatever. So I could say the same with Nikea. So as I just went on through life and her life or whatnot, I was just trying to remember what Auntie would do, would say, what my mama would do or what she would say or whatever. So, and just instill that into my parenthood.
That's good. What is a moment in motherhood that made you truly proud?
I mean, just overall, Nikea, how she turned out to be or how she is and what she's going to be, just constantly makes me happy. You smiling so hard. But yeah, so it just makes me happy. Like, I could look at her and I could look at high schoolers that I see. High schoolers that I hear about or whatever, and just like her personality and everything, she's very different, and that's what I consider myself, Miss Different, you know. So she's
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. She's
full circle moment.
a different teen or whatever. So I'm just happy with her choices. You know, she's a teen. She makes choices. Everything ain't peachy creamy.
That's
you know, nobody's perfect
That's
or whatever. But when she bounced back, you know, she be head straight.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to give you your flowers on, something that I seen in how Auntie raised us that you do with Nikea, you know, like how Auntie raised us to be involved in different things. Like, you had Nikea in different things. She danced, she sang, she acted, she baked, she made candles. Am I missing anything?
Nails. She did nails at
She
a
did
point.
nails once upon a time. She does her own hair. She does her own makeup. And so, like, I love how you embrace her different talents and skills. You didn't just stick her with one thing. Like, you're going to learn how to do hair and that's it because this is what you're going to grow up to do and be, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I could...
For sure. I definitely didn't force, like, basketball on her because I was a athlete or whatever. And
volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
Track.
Yeah, she did that as well. But like, I just knew or figured that she was gonna play basketball. I think I put her like in a little tiny tot thing at the YMCA. She was probably like 3, 4, 5 or whatever. She had that little experience, but she pretty much said like she didn't like that or she didn't want to do it. So I was just like, all right, no basketball for you.
Right.
You won't be
like,
portraying the number 12 on your back with a basketball
jersey. You won't
jersey.
carry that number.
Yeah, it's okay. But nah, she does she does volleyball. She grew a love. It was a later love, but she grew a love for volleyball and track. She had experiences with that too. So
that's true.
Yeah, as long as she stay active, I don't care what you do. As long as you like what you do, you want to do it, I'm gonna support you.
Yep. And church.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
How do you handle mom guilt? Was there once upon a time when the mom guilt was like really, really heavy because you speak about being a young mom at 18 and growing up with her and learning as you go? Was there some mom guilt that you had?
Not necessarily mom guilt from like my age or anything. Okay. I kind of like just roll with the punches.
Okay.
You know, just being a single mom in that aspect kind of came with a little guilt, but you know, it's out of my control. I just still did what I had to do as a mother. For sure. And my family definitely supported and whatever I needed or whatever Nikea needed to be done and other family members on her other side too, you know, so it wasn't a walk in the park, but I definitely made it look like it was.
For sure. Absolutely. Because you just spoke about the village. How has the village or maybe the lack of one impacted your motherhood journey? I
mean, my village is super strong.
We love them so bad.
Yeah, it's crazy because, I mean, they did it for us. They do it for our children, you know. And I just be thinking, like, why? But they just do with no hesitation, you know. They don't ask for anything. Yeah. You know, they just be there. They support. And, I mean, I guess that's just a characteristic of the Creighton family, the Burress family, you know, we be there, you know, so no questions asked. So I just definitely appreciate that. Yeah. You know, that's what makes me still look young because of the help from everybody. Like I wasn't stressed or anything. I kept a job, you know, Nikea had anything and everything.
She sure did.
So, and still.
Nike every day.
Right.
All of her outfits.
When she was a toddler.
Birthday. It felt like it was a birthday celebration almost every year.
Yeah, pretty much she did something every year for the most part. I want to say like her second year she didn't. She still did some, but it wasn't like no
party.
wazam, but it was nice. All of her celebrations was different and it was nice or whatever. But back on that Nike everything, shout out to Mama Clay, rest in peace. I'll never forget her gift to Nike was like a 24-pack.
Was it pink?
It was Nike
different
bibs, different colors. So she didn't have to wear not another bib. Like although she had it, but she had to match a bib because that Nike set. I never seen that again. Like
That's so true.
I wanted to gift that to somebody else. I love that so much, but. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mama
But
Clay.
also, you didn't play about that because you was like, my baby go be in Nike. But I was like, that also just lets you know about your mindset, being a young mom back then, too, because, moms, they want their baby to look good. They want their baby to feel good. And I'm like, you be in your bag, though, with like your name brands and your labels and stuff. It was back then and it is now. But you even, I don't think like Nike is, like not to your extent of name brand labels, but she will.
Yeah, she will if she tried. I try to keep it out of my pockets as much as necessary. Like, that's my money. Like, no, I'm not buying you no Gucci bag, Louis bag. Like, you gotta wait. I will, but you gotta wait. Not yet.
I know that's right. What does a successful day in motherhood looks like for you? Like or I can breathe, or this isn't stress, or can you recall days when you like, all right, we good?
Well, Nikea, okay, I'm gonna start from like when she was a toddler, not even younger than that, so like an infant. She was a crying infant.
She was.
I breastfed.
How long?
Oh, maybe 6 months.
Okay.
I want to say to like June.
Yeah.
That was when I think I had like a birthday celebration or something, and I wanted to
be outside.
Yeah, be outside, have a little fun, have a little drink or whatnot.
Had to get that baby off that.
Yeah, but you know what? No, because I was 20. Wait, no, I was 19. I don't know. Either way it go. I know she was 6 months, and it was around June, and she had to go to her dad and her grandma on her dad's side, but I was not trying to like go over there and feed her. So she needed me to eat. Cause I wasn't really pumping or anything. I wasn't producing. So that kind of like took a turn because I'm like, I'm not going over there. So she just had to get some Similac or whatnot. And pretty much that ended that. But
yeah,
I just wanted to speak on that because she really, although I wanted her to be breastfed more because it comes with benefits. I just had to cut it off because I'm like, well, I'm not going over to their house. I want to be outside. So you just got to do what you have to do.
Dang. So that was like a defining moment for you too. Like, because I breastfed as well. But my situation was different because we were in a pandemic. It wasn't no being outside because everybody was inside.
Yeah, everybody was inside. So breastfeed as much as you would like.
I do recall the moment in the time where I was like, all right, it could be done. There was like a sense of freedom though, because like how your baby is so dependent upon you to eat. And like, I don't think people talk a lot about or know about the struggles of breastfeeding and how it wears on your body or how it may tear on your body too.
So for me to get back on topic, that's where a struggle was. Like my auntie can attest, like I really wanted to breastfeed or whatever. And it was times where it wasn't going well and I was getting sores or whatever. In the middle of the night, like I'm like, but my baby still gotta eat.
But
so
my
I kind of like
hungry.
I kind of still pushed through that. So that was definitely a struggle then.
Who taught you how to breastfeed?
The midwife,
I
guess, in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, so she taught me some techniques, to work on while I was at home.
With your 19-year-old?
Self, yeah.
Wow.
On WIC and all that.
Come on, we shout out to Wig. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Shout out to
Okay.
all of it.
Brought you through.
Right. So that was a struggle for
Okay.
like the infanthood.
Yeah.
And then toddlerhood, like her going to school, she would wake up crying. Just wake up crying.
Really?
Like, Micah don't do that.
No.
Like Nakia, just wake up, smile. Like, why you gotta wake up crying every morning?
Yeah.
And
give today a chance.
like seriously, because you go to bed on time. Like I was pretty decent
Yeah.
with a schedule.
Yeah.
And then so from her going to school, first grade, second grade,
Yeah.
it was always a fuss in the morning. I don't know when that stopped though, but now our mornings be a little more pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
good.
we say good morning, we don't say good morning.
Yeah.
It'd be so quiet. I was just thinking this morning, like, you're gonna be a good roommate. I feel like now what she's gonna get, I don't know. But I'm like, I think how our mornings and stuff is, a person won't mind being your roommate. Like you be chill.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to wake up to music.
Okay. Or sing it.
Don't get on that, please. Because Stefan, I know you'll be watching this. I can't room with him. He wakes up singing. Like, no. Go to bed singing. Wake up singing. Just
I
singing.
remember one time you texted me that I was like, singing? What are you singing? You, anything.
Anything. He will sing anything. So, like here, when you pick your roommates, pick them wisely.
Word of advice.
Word of advice for real. Because that's so annoying.
Okay. That is so funny. How do you manage the mental and the emotional load of being a mom? You were talking about the struggles that you had with her when she was, like a toddler growing up. Can you talk about like the different phases that you've experienced as a mom with your daughter?
I wouldn't say it was many like struggles. I mean, as going through it, I didn't feel it being struggles, but it could be. Like my struggles was like, I always kept a job. I probably didn't make a lot of money, but the blessing of me living with my aunt or whatever, it just pretty much kept me away from a lot of struggles. And that's why I'm still at 27, 39.
Okay.
Yeah.
You crazy. I'm like, I'm going to have to cut that out. That's why I'm still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, although I could, I just choose not to. It's just a blessing. But I hope my kid don't do that to me. Like, you get on your own and you go
you
ahead and
go. You didn't go.
I didn't. By choice. She ain't forced me out either.
Yeah, she didn't. That's true. That's true.
All my other
we talked about
can't
that.
Say the same.
A story for another time. I'm just trying to tell y'all. I've been through it. But yeah, for sure. But also, I think it speaks to the care that she had, too. Because remember, I had asked you that question. I was like, I wonder how Auntie feel about being an empty nester. You was like, it was somebody there all the time. She truly wasn't an empty nester. So, but she did talk about, like, having the flexibility to move around and be outside. But it wasn't like, my home is empty and it's quiet and no one is here.
Because it's still not. I'm right upstairs. So I'll be downstairs with her. She
for sure.
Go home. I'm like, I am home. Don't kick me out.
I am home. Okay. What is your go-to strategy for self-care or being able to recharge as a mom?
My go-to strategy, I pretty much just make sure my nails get done.
Period.
Brows, lashes,
Period.
Put on some clothes, throw something on, go out somewhere, look good.
Yeah.
That'd be my go-to strategy.
Yeah. Where did that come from? Like the appearance? Because I got some pictures that I could show. Your tomboy appearance.
Oh, well.
And now you're like, very in your feminine. Like, don't get me wrong. You still play basketball and the sports and stuff, but you don't lead with tomboy.
No.
You lead with like, I'm a lady.
Yes.
I'm a woman.
That came with age,
I'm a boss.
So
back
in high school, I was definitely on my tomboy move. Headband every day. Baggy clothes.
With the wrist.
With the wristband. Yes. All of that.
I remember.
But what was that? The early 2000s. That was the look.
It was the time.
I think that appearance came from Sam. I had my big brother. or whatever. So we kind of like did a lot together. And not even just that, how Auntie dressed us. So just me and him, we was dressed as twins, so I'm looking like a boy.
Yeah,
he couldn't be in my clothes.
Okay, that's right.
So that's pretty much where it stemmed from. And then of course I'm athletic. Okay, cool. So I'm dressing casual and comfortable.
Right.
But kind of like my senior year, somebody was just like, "But you always dress like a boy." So I started wearing a little tighter clothes, but I still had on my headband.
Okay.
With my fitted Rockaway jeans and my fitted shirt. So like, then here come college. All my friends was feminine in college. Everybody. So, you know, we going out to clubs.
I see that. Now when I think back to your pictures, your femininity or like embracing the woman figure, you know, like you had, that started to come out in college.
Yeah,
I see that in your pictures.
A little bit senior year, but it definitely blossomed.
Yeah.
Because I'm going shopping with them. They not buying no Nike basketball shorts.
Of course not.
They wearing big belts and heels.
And skirts.
And skirts, yes. So
okay.
That's where that came from.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. What would you tell your pre-mom self knowing what you know now?
I'll definitely tell my pre-mom to be more loving. You know, I'm more of a stern than
100%.
emotional, loving person. So I'll definitely would have told myself that if I could, if I, you know, like I heard Auntie earlier, and it just
speak to that.
Yeah, I could speak on her saying like her mothership came from how her mother treated her or whatever. Yeah. My mothership kind of came from like how she treated us more so, but also the parents that was new parents around the time I was a parent, which were older ladies at church, not older, but Sister Fields and Mama
Tanya?
Nina.
Tanya,
no, not really
yet?
Tanya.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
No. No, Tanya was a mom because Jaden older than her, but a boy.
Okay.
So
girl moms.
Right, girl moms. Yeah, there you go. At that time. So all my advice came from them. I was always calling on Nina, always calling on Sister Fields or whatever, because their daughters are just a year or so older than Ikea.
True. Yes.
So those were my go-tos or whatever. So they taught me a lot with everything. And then I have an Auntie Pookie down the street letting me know what to do or whatever. So
because all of mom's kids are parents.
Yes.
What is something that you observed about each of your siblings' parenthood and like the way that we parent? Because you said I'm the stern one. So
I am, yes.
So what would Sam be? What would Jimbo be? What would I be?
Sam is a joking parent. He just want to parent and play all the time.
Want to play. Yeah. Crack jokes.
Yeah.
And laugh.
James, I don't know. I got to get a name for him. What type of parent he is?
Yeah.
I have a name for him being an uncle. Like he's a joking, playful. Like I don't want to say it,
but we both had that look like.
Yeah, you know what we call him. But as far as the parent, he be up and down though because he be doing too much when when Titi be doing her homework. I'm like, calm down. But he one of those. If Johnny got. I'm like,
Johnny had 2 apples.
Yeah, don't yell at my niece. He be on that type of time. But he definitely be on the education with them.
Yes.
But I just have to tell him, like, don't do it like that. Like, you can't drill something in them like that. I just kind of get him, like, the teacher point of view. Yeah. And then let me see. Your type of parenting.
Yeah, tell me.
I think you be on that soft parenting type of vibe. And I'm like, no, whoop his butt.
No.
Yes. No. Micah, get over here.
Micah, get over here so I can whoop your booty.
So, bring him to me because I'm going to get his butt.
When he was getting in trouble at school, I'd be like, I'm going to tell baby, no, I don't want to go over there. Or the time when we did bring him over there and he was crying. I'm just like, you be torturing my baby. Oh,
And then
baby.
that turned him into not wanting to come over, but now we cool.
Yeah, now y'all cool again. But he been doing better at school.
Good,
So
he better, because I'm going to stay on his butt. I'm the disciplinarian for all my niece and nephews.
For sure. My nieces and nephews know, like, I'm the aunt that they could come to talk to. And I will empathize and understand where you're coming from, and I'm going to validate your feelings. Yeah. I don't think, but I don't like how, I'm going to be honest, how you're more involved with them at a higher frequency than I am. So I don't be knowing like all the ins and outs to get in they but I'm like, I've had moments when I did do that, and they know like when to that I'm being serious with them. But I'm like, I haven't had more stern moments with them because I don't know all the ins and outs.
So what they bust be doing.
To what they be up to. I just be like, when my sister be telling me what the kids be going through, I be like, teenagers are hard.
They are. They something else. It's so worse.
It's so.
I think I'm not gonna say I was a saint.
Yeah.
As a teenager, but I was cooling as a teenager. Like I was going to school, I was going to practice.
Yeah.
I was hanging out or whatever. I did do some bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, made some bad choices.
Yeah.
I just know I wasn't ongoing. Like I be wanting to tell my nephews, can you please give us a break?
Yeah, yeah. Like, can you just like stop?
Yeah, because this not even you. So chill.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
For sure. Okay. My last question.
Okay.
What does being a mother mean to you, in your own words?
In my own words, being a mom. I mean, it's so crazy because it comes with phases.
Yeah.
But I'll speak on the now. Being a mom now, my daughter is about to go to college. Don't cry. You didn't cry before me.
I did.
But it's super important right now. And I just think that our relationship, me and my daughter's relationship, is going to get tighter. I've been vocal with her enough about, like, please keep me in the loop on everything you do. Like, I want to fully support you.
I want to know.
I want to be in the know. I have to be in the know, even when you're miles away. Like, let me be your first call, please. So I can.
That's good.
Yeah, so I can help guide you, you know, because I know the mistakes I made or the choices that I chose as a freshman in college. And
was your parent your first call when you made those mistakes?
And not.
Yeah.
Not.
Same.
I still be want to tell Auntie some stuff that I did.
Save it.
I have to.
Not too
Did
much.
you know I? Yeah.
Remember that time with
Yeah.
Later
so
time.
she about to go on prom. I remember. I don't even know if Auntie know. I think I told her that I was not at Nene house, Arkeisha's sister house, the night of prom. I was at Six Flags.
Oh, I think you did tell her that, because I'm like, that sounds familiar to me.
But I told her within the last 3 years or so, she's just finding out. So
Did she whoop
Nike,
you?
I'm gonna know where you. Did she what?
Did she whoop you?
Of course not. Nike, I'm gonna know where you gonna be right the night of prom, of course, because we ain't have find my person or whatever. We got on our
find
phone.
my location.
That location better not get turned off.
Ooh,
like for
period.
real. Nope. But so now I just want her to know to like keep me in the loop on things, you know, inform me, and it's okay. I might get mad, you know, but I'm been your mother, still your mother, will always forever be your mother.
That's good.
So let's continue walk this park. And I know I've heard before, like, you really don't be your daughters, or your daughter don't think of you as a best friend until they're adult. Like,
so true.
They be
Lynn, my girl now. But back then?
Yeah.
Ooh.
See? Yep. So I think that's how,
my.
like, Nakia and I, that's all we had, just her and I. So we always been close or whatever. But
For sure.
I think I'm a pretty much be her go-to person a lot more now. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And I just want to give you your flowers, being the baby girl and your little sister. Like, I was in the house with you when you were raising a daughter, you know, and like bringing her home. And I'm like, oh, look at this little person. And not being able to sleep because she crying and I'm in the next room, you know. But you were working jobs, you were you were going to school, because when you left SIU, you went to Chicago State,
Right.
And you got your bachelor's,
Right.
like, so you still pushed through with that. And then, years later, you got your master's. Like, I remember all the numerous jobs you worked. Like, you worked at Foot Locker, you were at a senior living
building,
home,
in the management office.
Yeah, you did retail, like a regular retail store.
Well, I'm still at Bloomingdale's.
Still at Bloomingdale's, yep.
Still teaching.
And you're a
subbing,
teacher, a
Ubering.
sub, Uber, all the things while, raising your daughter and just trying to instill and expose her to life. Like she has traveled. She can say she been out of the country. She can say, my mom took me to Disney World for my birthday and, the birthday parties. Like,
she'll be in Ghana.
She's gonna be in Ghana
in June.
For her graduation. So it's like you go hard for your daughter, and she will be able to speak to that. And like, I seen your highs in motherhood, I seen your lows in motherhood, and I know like losing our brother, who's a parent himself. Like, he was the first one, right?
Yep.
He was the first one, and then a year after,
then me.
Lord, I know Auntie just was like,
right, like she just said, she ain't had no break. Like, she's still,
yes,
she's just in the hospital last night.
with one of her grandkids. Yep. So, I love the hustle and the driving you, and I'm just super, super proud of you. And I love our bond. I think you said it at my wedding when you were my maid of honor, and you said a speech, and I was like, that was when it really stuck with me, when you was like, yeah, we all grew up in the same house together, but we always had a friend. So we really didn't like have each other.
Right.
We were like each other plus a friend. But it was until college where our bond really started to form. Like, you were really checking in on me a little bit more. I remember you and your friends came down to visit me one time when I got in trouble at school. Story later to come. But you was like, you good? And you was like, don't say you good and you not good. And you got on the next flight and came down, to help me and to talk me through, like, on the things that I can do. And you were the first person I told when I was pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yes. Do you remember how I told you?
Of course not.
In a text message. I took a pregnancy test, and I just sent the picture of the results. She was like, oh my gosh, Tatiana, congrats. Or just something like that.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
Very nonchalant.
It's very nonchalant. But you were one of the first people that I told. But also what cracked me up about motherhood, because my son is only 5 and I'm trying to ask you these questions. You was like, girl, that was like over 10 years ago. I remember you was like, don't ask me no questions. I don't know. That was over 10 years ago, and things have changed,
Things have definitely changed.
But you definitely stand in the gap for me as a mom, and like, you love my son like he's a second son, like how you just said, like, you don't mind disciplining, your nephews or your nieces and getting them together and helping out your younger siblings or, Sam with their kids. Like, you show up to everything, and even try to make it work, when like, oh, that's going to be difficult, but I can try. So I'm just so proud of you.
That's the little Lillian that I can.
Yeah, I just explained it all.
Yeah, right, there you go. You didn't sound it up.
I just explained it all how you are just like Linda. But I think that just shows the testament of the kind of woman that she is, like who you are, that others can see. And I think it's really an amazing thing. Everybody can't say that. Like, the things that Nikia can say about the things that you've done for her, I know a lot of times her friends and their friends can't say that about their parents of what they were or were not able to do. So you doing your thing, girl. I'm so proud of you, and I love you.
Love you as well.
Yes. So, you guys, This was a great conversation with my
Indeed.
sister. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. That's a wrap on today's episode. Please share with me your thoughts in the comments on what you thought about today's conversation. I hope that something was able to stick with you, that you were able to relate to and help you elevate in your very own journey. So show some love to the women in your life that are mothers. If your mom is still living or if your mom is not living, just do one thing that you can to honor them in honor of Mother's Day. I love you guys. Keep journaling, keep growing, keep believing bigger, keep manifesting. Until next time, cheers. That is a wrap, guys.
That is a wrap.